Today we're having Jim Bunch on the show, and thank you for amazing days, amazing people, amazing meetings with all of you behind Connect and all the other All-Link as well. Fantastic, and also finally some more structure. I've been in Connect for many years, 4 or 5 years now, and the last 6 months is like driving a Ferrari on Autobahn in Germany. That's how I see it compared to before. It was like, I don't know, I want to be too harsh, but it was slower. Maybe a big truck compared to now. So lots of things are happening, and good to have you here.
Thank you. It's awesome to be here. It was a great weekend. I think a lot of people are fired up about the vision and where we're able to take Connect as a community.
Yeah, and we want to know more about BlockBot. What is a BlockBot?
Yeah, what's cool about BlockBot is it's literally the world's first blockchain AI robot, or AI blockchain robot. So that's the block and the bot. And what that means is that we've got really cool technology that allows anyone in the world to connect to the blockchain so that they can earn rewards, so that we can track transactions, and more importantly, we can make an impact all across the world. Whether it's through the Win blockchain or Rally or Grow or Galvin or any of our impact blockchains, Connect and Win have the ability to do things that nobody else does. We pay people every day all around the world in crypto. That's pretty neat. That's a global payment system. We use our AI to reward actions that are taken on the blockchain. So if somebody's running and hosting nodes, that's an action. If somebody helps somebody else run and host nodes, that's an action. If somebody buys or sells something on the blockchain, so think like Shopify, right? We reward people for all of those actions. And that's pretty unique.
Yeah, it is. And can you talk about the digital you? I'm very interested in that part, especially.
Yeah. So if you've ever used AI, maybe you've used ChatGPT or you've used Grok or you use Claude or any of these, it very quickly becomes like a friend. It can become, very useful to help you manage your time. You can use it to do research. You can use it to write code and actually do these things. But I realized very quickly that while there's a lot of good about that, if we don't own that data, if we don't own that AI, it means that we're actually still the product. Kind of like when you get a free Google account, whether it's a calendar or email or any of that.
Nothing is free. Nothing is free.
It's not free. So if you're not paying for it, you are the actual product, right? So they're harvesting our data. And so I realized a couple of years ago that when everybody in the world is using AI, if they don't own it, if we don't own that, and we don't program that, we can't see what the source code is, we could end up in a situation where not only is all of our data being used, right, but it can influence us. And so to your question, what is a digital you? Every one of us has a digital imprint that's already across the web. Right? Google's got it, Facebook's got it. Every financial company has our digital version of us, and they use that data to sell us products and services. So I thought, what if we created a digital you, a digital me, and we own that digital us? And it's tied to AI, it's tied to the blockchain. And now our calendars, our contacts, our emails, our shopping habits, our health habits is all our data. And that digital you becomes our friend, our coach, our financial advisor. And it becomes something that we have a relationship with, but we actually own it. The big tech companies don't own.
So let's say you have a meeting tomorrow or next week. It's gonna tell you, hey, Jim, is the meeting tomorrow? Be ready. This is what you need to do to be ready for the meeting.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that.
Yeah, I could actually prepare you with a dossier. Like if
cool.
I'm president of a company and I'm going into a meeting and I've got 5 people there, I'd love to know what are their interests? What projects have they done in the past? Tell me about their kids and their family. Well, the AI is gonna know all that, and it can prepare them the same way. so that we build common interests. And it can even take a look at like our projects, our companies, and say, hey, these people have these resources, you have these, we recommend you talk about this. And so the AI is going to get smarter and smarter and smarter.
That's very cool.
Every day. And so like inside of our ecosystem too, right now it's really hard for somebody to know, where is my impact happening? You know, there may be somebody that's you know, in my blockchain somewhere, and they're brand new, and they've invited 100 people to the blockchain, right? They're running events, they're doing great stuff, but I can't tell that. So imagine if I wake up and I go, hey you, and that wakes up my digital you, just like when you say, hey Siri or hey Google, you'll say, hey you, and it'll pull up a digital you, a Pixar looking you, and it'll say, hey Jim, it looks like your sleep score was a 9 last night. Congratulations. And by the way, you know, your impact zone grew by another 100 people in 5 more countries, and Ange Wild is on the top of that list. Would you like to have me send her a congratulations? Or I've looked at your calendars, you're both available Friday at 2 o'clock. I can schedule it for you with an R link, and here's what you should talk about.
Or send flowers, you want to send some flowers or other presents.
Send her a Connect shirt or whatever it is. Yeah. So the AI is going to help us with our lives. And my intention is that we see the code, it's open source, and you own the GPTs. And what's cool is if you give it permission and you communicate with it, it'll actually help you become happier, healthier, and wealthier instead of unhappy, sick, and broke. So that's the goal, is to design the AI to help each of us improve our lives.
So this is why you're taking all your time into this project now.
Yeah.
And what have you done before, and why was it? Why did you jump on the Connect train?
Yeah, so the last 11 years, I've been building one of the largest clean energy solar companies in the United States. We've got about 7,000 people. We're in 24 states. We put solar on 30,000 homes last year alone. We've done $1 billion in revenue the last 4 years. And it was an impact company. I started that because I went down to the Amazon rainforest with a friend. I worked with some shaman down there, and we came up with this idea to come back and build a clean tech energy company. And so we've been building that for 11 years. Before that, I built an app that grew to 1 million people in 79 days, and we're using some of that tech here. That's the viral invite engine that we just announced. And before that, and there's a couple companies in between, but the big ones before that, we, back in the late 90s, when real estate agents used to have to drive people around to show them homes, we came up with the world's first 360-degree virtual tour. So just like that camera sitting on a tripod, a 26-year-old said, you know, this is back when we had VHS and beta tapes. Remember you put a tape in a camera? Yeah. So he said, what if we could put that on a tripod and spin it around, take that tape, convert it into digital, and put it online. Well, that was when we had dial-up. Remember dial-up, AOL? We were pushing video back in the 90s, and we created the world's first virtual tours. We grew up from 6 employees to 1,500 in a year, and we IPO'd it on NASDAQ in a year. So my background has been disruptive technology.
Staying ahead of the curve. I can see that.
Always ahead of the curve, trying to figure out, and I'm usually thinking somewhere between 5 to 30 years down the road, but in business, you don't want to be more than 12 months down the road. You want to be, because you got to have the right technology and the right team at the right time. It's all about timing. And when I saw GPT take off to 100 million people very quickly, I went, this is the most disruptive technology that humanity's seen in my 30 years of building tech. But I want to make sure that we use it for good. And I want to make sure that the people own it, that, you know, people like myself who have been sitting in corporations don't own it, that we make sure that humanity steers this ship.
Yeah, we're in the exponential age. It's going faster and faster and faster. And even we're sitting here today and we're talking about BlockBot, but in the future, you probably don't know exactly what will happen.
We have no idea, dude. It's going to be crazy. That's all I know is it's going to be crazy.
And for me, it's like, I love to be early. I'm curious on new stuff. But it'll also be scary as well for many people that maybe are listening. But for me, it's yeah, I'm more exciting with new technology and to be in the forefront.
Yeah.
And to be here and hearing you talk, and yesterday Darren and Tony about Arlink and what's coming for the whole Connect community. I can say that next event you really need to be at that event because the connections here and the energy is here and the people, they're next level.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And it's something that's hard to do remote. It's great to learn remote, but to feel each other and to hear us roll out new technology, new products, share the strategies, and as a community make those strategies better, I think it's hard to replace that, you know? And so I highly encourage. I've met the most amazing people at events. I've been coming to and our companies have been leading events like our solar company. You know, we've run hundreds of events to educate homeowners and our partners. We're partnering with Tesla and Enphase and Hanwha, the biggest companies in the world. But the people behind those is what makes it happen, right? And when you get to come to beautiful resorts, hang out in the pool a little bit. You get to be in the hotel room for a little bit. And we always roll out new tech. You saw some of the stuff we rolled out this weekend, and I think a lot of people are like, wow, and we're at a stage now, I came in similar to you. I put some capital in. I thought that's all I'm going to do. And then I started looking at the ability for us to disrupt the course of humanity and to change energy, to change education, to change banking, to change food, to change finance, to change mining, change transportation. There's about 80 vertical industries that humanity's got to change in order for us to be able to sustain a healthy existence on this planet. And I'm more inspired now than I've ever been because I believe that artificial intelligence on top of the blockchain is how we do it. I already had the AI. I've already had the impact. I didn't have the blockchain. And what's already been built here with real world products, real world services, doing real world revenue, selling things that we're already paying for, like Zoom, selling things like Uber that we're already paying for, and some of the other products we're going to roll out soon, like, social media. It may be free to be on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, but it's really not. They're harvesting our data, and they're taking our videos of our families and our pictures, and they're making $48 billion is what Facebook made off of our pictures and our videos in Q4 just last year alone. That's $48 billion worth of value that we handed to them because they gave us a free platform. Well, I'll give you a free platform, but I want to reward the people who own the blockchain for that. And that's how we're going to disrupt this industry. So the social impact platform is the world's first social impact platform. We just recently took all the shares of our company, and to my knowledge, this has never been done before. We took the shares, handed it to the DAO, which is a decentralized autonomous org, which means everybody in the community now owns the shares that own the DAO. Never been done before. We rolled out BlockBot, the world's most advanced AI and blockchain technology on the planet, the only global payment system, the only viral invite engine. We rolled that out. And we rolled out a BlockBot Mini, which means we have a $500 product that for right now, you can give that to people through the invite engine, and they can become blockchainers attached to you, attached to your blockchain. They can start earning these mining rewards. And if you own a BlockBot, a $2,000 BlockBot, you can earn 100x the mining rewards that the Mini earns, but they're in the game. And so we're going to continue to innovate. We're going to continue to roll out new tech, and we're going to make it simpler and easier for the world to use AI and blockchain to become happier, healthier, and wealthier.
Yeah, no, it's amazing to be here, to be able to see the technology, to be a part of it. And yeah, we will see you at the events. I want to see everybody who's been here. They probably are listening right now. Let's see you again and connect even more. And if you miss this event, I need to say that you really need to be here. I can tell you that you will never regret it, and yeah, meet these amazing people. And thank you for taking time, and we see you on the social impact platform.
Game on.
Ciao.